Well, hello everyone, it's Kari back again on the channel to share another card using some new products from Missing Stamps. We're going to be playing with fire. This is the Flames Stencil, and then also the Dumpster Fire stamp set, which is super cute. There's lots of images, critters, little raccoons, and lots of sentiments. These sentiments really make me laugh. There's a lot of good ones to choose from. And today I'm going to use one of my favorites. So let's start with the stenciling. I'm also bringing in the Perspective Floor Stencil, which is of course one of my favorites. I use it a lot. I'm going to be going in with one of these. I can't decide if I want the bricks, the cobblestones. I end up just choosing this one on the top. And I think this is going to work well with our little raccoon images. So I'm going to go ahead and use my magnet to keep that from moving. And I've brought in a little bit of this kind of burnt umber color. I'm just going to ink that on. So this, instead of using a gray, I didn't want to use too much gray on my card. So that's why I decided to go in with this color. It's Rusty Hinge Distress Ink, in case you were wondering. And this is going to look really great with our raccoons and not kind of merge into them. Now let's go in with the Flames Stencil, and there are multiple different areas and sizes of flames, which is one of the reasons I really love this stencil. I'm going to start in with some red ink on the smallest portion of the flames. That's going to be the first layer near the bottom of these flames. Then I'm going to go in with the medium size flame and use an orange color of ink to ink that on. And what I decided was this was a little bit close to that next layer, so I'm using some mint tape to kind of mask off that extra layer so I don't get any ink where I don't want it. So I'm taking some orange and just going really lightly over that first layer. Now I'm going to do a couple layers of yellow. So I'm using this tallest flame section of the stencil, and I've got two different shades of yellow. I'm going to start in with the lightest shade closer to the top, and then I'm going to fill that one in a little bit further down, you'll see. So I'm going in with this mustard seed right here on the top. Now I'm going to move the stencil down and shift it over a little bit so it doesn't look exactly the same as that top layer. And I'll go in with the Wild Honey, which is a little darker of a yellow. And you're going to see that it creates a fire that is really tall here, multiple layers. And if you want them darker, you can make them darker. You can go over those other sections with more ink if you want to. And you can also use this as a mask to mask off the top, and you'll see that on the stencil. It's a really great stencil. Now I'm going to stamp out all these images. I wasn't sure which ones I wanted to use for my card today, and I actually surprised myself because I thought for sure I'd use that dumpster fire. See, I've colored it up off camera, but instead I decided to go with some other images, and I've cut out the center of this with the Eieio frame die frame, the smallest frame, and then I've cut the second frame up from that with an orange cardstock, and then I'm going to layer these up. I'm choosing my sentiment, and I also cut out this alphabet from this Eieio frame die, and I cut out the letters YES to say yes. This is going to be kind of an encouragement card, and the sentiment I've chosen is it's trash can, not trash can't. So that just gave me a chuckle, and I stamped that out with some black ink. Now we can start to put all of this together. So I kept the frame and those two die cut pieces, and I'm just kind of laying everything out where I want it to go, and then we can start assembling the card. So I think I really like this little scene here. So we've got one of those raccoons in the trash can. I stamped out the extra lid to go beneath it. We've got the fire here, and also a little guy with a marshmallow on a stick. He's roasting his s'more there. and then we'll glue all these on with some liquid adhesive. I've got some extra images you can see in the upper right portion of the screen here, so I can make a whole extra card with just using those. So I'm going to save those for another day, and now I'm going to use my tweezers to help me to glue on these letters. So I'll just hold it with the tweezers there, add some glue. Yes, I'm having a little bit of a problem today, but finally I get it, and I'll just add that just like this, pick up the next letter, and add some more glue and add it just like that. Now you can pick up all the letters at once using some low-tech tape if you want to, and I'd usually do that, but for some reason today I decided to stick with the tweezers for these letters, and that's absolutely fine too. Whatever works, right? I'm going to add this to the orange panel, and then we're going to pop this whole section up, and we'll be able to have a panel that is popped up from the background piece. So let me get this out of the way. I'll create my card base, add that frame piece that was the background piece there, and we'll glue that to the card base, just like this, using liquid adhesive. If you like to use a tape runner, you can use that as well. My ATG tape runner is out of commission right now. So I just have been using glue wherever I can. Now I'm bringing in some fun foam. This is going to help to pop up that whole center frame. And so I'll just cut this down so it's just smaller than our top piece here. And I usually like to use double-sided adhesive for this to glue it to the panel, but look, I am completely out of my double-sided adhesive here. It's time to order some more. So I'm going to use liquid adhesive for this as well. Add that to the back of the panel. I found that to be a little easier when I did it this way. And then more liquid adhesive to add that to our card base with that frame already attached. And I think that's going to finish our card today. I don't even feel like it needs some extra embellishments or anything. We've got that beautiful fire in the background, those really cute critters. Look how cute those little guys are. The fire and the trash can, I just think are just so fun. I love these sets. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you love them too. I'm going to link everything in the description below so you can go take a look if you're interested, and I will be back to share more cards, more inspiration, and more fun real soon. Thanks for stopping by today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.